Blog entry 48 from 10/05 of 2022. So in this blog entry, I'm talking about being up at 2:30 in the morning, doing my routine, getting the day started. And I'm really thinking about the connection and desire for the bliss of Krishna. And in this moment, if I had allowed it, I would have been completely blissed out. Completely. But it was still kind of overwhelming for me, and I was still struggling with the idea of the difference between having joy in the material and it coming with the discomfort and pain, especially when it's a great amount of joy, like this bliss that I was feeling during the time of this journal entry. But yet it's still learning to distinguish between the difference between divine bliss and material joy. So the material joy is always a mix, right? Duality. But divine bliss is not. And it's just such a foreign thing to me at the time I was writing this journal entry. And everything inside of me feeling alive and full and so blissed out. It's just wild. And me being so attached to the divine bliss that I was getting ready to go live in my van and travel across the country and make money in a way that was completely unsure, and there was so many uncertainties, but yet this feeling of bliss inside was there so strong. Just really amazing. And I was also starting to think about the love of Krishna and the bliss, and then the cultural differences, because my background is more Western culture and a lot of the teachings was more Eastern culture. And so then I started thinking about the different experiences I've had at that point on the path. And I'd heard about a lot of them in the Gita and different scriptures and things. And I could tell I was in this path towards Krishna, but then I wasn't quite sure what part of it's cultural and what part of it isn't, So I was really thinking about this stuff a lot. The bliss, the differences of the bliss, material bliss, and then the bliss of Krishna and the love of God. And then again, the cultural differences between the Eastern and Western culture of teaching and this path and that kind of thing. Yeah, it was really an interesting time. Really, I was thinking about that deeply for quite a while. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.